everyone, it's Dyanne here. Welcome to Decoeasy. It's the channel of me and my mother-in-law Jenny. Thank you for stopping by and we hope you have fun today with us. Back with some new tumbling tower blocks. And of course we have glue. Now, this package is €3. Jenny and I buy it from Action. And yeah, they're pretty big. Glue is also from the Action. And this one costs €3, and I really don't know what I paid for this anymore because it lasts super long. I forgot the price. Now, time to start opening the package of blocks, and then we're going to create something for Halloween. Here are some blocks, and let me open up the wood glue. Super easy. You can put the cap in there. What I'm going to do, I'm going to make a really big plaque out of blocks, and I don't know how long it will be, maybe 4 wide, and then got this here, or maybe some more. Is this too wide? Well, maybe we're going to do something like this. Anyway, I'm going to use 9 in this direction and 4 in this direction, or shall I use 10? No, yeah, well, maybe I'll do 10. 10, so 40 blocks each, or for this plaque actually. And yeah, well, I can start laying around things, but you want to know how I do that. I personally like to flip the blocks up here and then apply glue on one of the edges, and then you let that dry. The reason why I'm not laying it out like this, because the glue then starts dripping that way, and we don't want that. Oh yeah, here's one annoying block. If you have that one with printed ink, don't let it be visible in your DIY, because you're going to see it even if you're painting all over it. So leave this one alone. And now let me just shake down the glue a little bit. Now I'm looking at like some kind of baker applying icing to the cake. I do this, and then I'm letting it dry for a couple of minutes. And you can also, if you want to have a really good connection, rub 2 blocks with the glued parts against each other, because then it divides really well along the surface. That way here. And then, yeah, I think just about 5 minutes maximum is enough. In my opinion, at least it works for these blocks. The glue soaks up the wood. Or the wood soaks up the glue, of course. Okay, now don't forget to do a couple of these as well, except for the last one. And then we're going to make one big plaque and let that dry really well, at least an hour, so that the glue sets really good. Okay, I still need to do 1 row, but my crafting mat was full. Now I'm carefully pushing all the blocks into the right place, starting with the bottom one, because I still need to apply some glue on the side parts of the blocks as well, which I just forgot to do, but now it is really time to start gluing away. Make sure that you outline everything really neat. Okay, this 10 blocks. Now let's add some glue to this side. Now gotta work fast because this glue starts dripping. Just like this. 4 more to go. And the last one over here. Okay. Now I can start doing this. Don't push too hard. Watch out for dripping glue as well. And just repeat those steps upon the upcoming rows that you need to do. And in the end, I have a trick that I will show you to get rid of most of those glued, sections that you can see pretty well right now. But this glue will dry up transparent, which is a good thing. But you still want to get rid of it because I'm afraid you're going to see it, and that's not what we want. Okay, I'm going to continue with this job. Then I'll be back when all the blocks are in place and I will show you the trick. And there goes the last block. Now I'm going to push it really good together as far as it goes. Are all the blocks in the right place? This section can move a little bit more that way. Push these sections as well. Now I think we're almost good to go, but we need to fix those glue edges. I'm just taking off one of those flaps from the package. And with this flat line, you can just comb actually all the glue into the joints. So you have a more flattened surface. And hopefully not such visible, oops, sorry, a little bit of a cough, not such visible parts between the wood. Sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. But at least it's now more flat. You can also do it this way, but there isn't that much glue on those sections. There we go. And you can just throw it away. Now we're going to let this dry. Don't forget to close the, now just stuck in here, the, bottle of the glue, because otherwise it really stucks your, the part where it's coming out. Okay, I'm going to leave this, let it dry, and then, I'll be back at least 1 hour later. Okay, it's quite some time later, but the plaque is ready and dry. Now I want to make a mummy, and therefore I'm going to turn it over because this is the bad side, and I have a pencil and also a marker. I'm going to draw the head and the part of the body of a mummy. I'm going to do that by hand. I tried to find a silhouette or something that was actually be able to download from the internet, but I couldn't find a proper one, so I'm going to draw it myself. I'm not so good at drawing, so I hope you're better. First with the pencil and then with the marker, because I'm going to use a power saw for this. I'll need to saw outdoors, so I won't be able to show you how I do that, but just a power saw, and that is that, I think. Just draw face and the part of the shoulders, and that will be it, I think. Okay, I think I'm happy with how it looks. Just trying to use a big round object to make its face. Now I will make a thick line because otherwise I can't see where I am with the power saw. Or maybe if you want to be more careful, then I suggest just use a figure saw. Okay, here are the shoulders. Up there. Now complete the rest of the face. Just the last round part. Just like so. Now I think I'm ready to saw this out. So this is going to be the base of the mummy. Yep, that's it. Here is the back part and the front part of the mummy. Now here is a part where I'm not that happy with, because if you can see it, it's not completely nice and sharp. So just use a file for that to get rid of those splinters. And then you're good to go. I think we're there. Yep. Good. What shall we do now? I think I'm going to paint already a little bit. Just have some plain white paint here. And yeah, I think this will be perfect for our mummy. Just give it a little stir. Really good coverage. Now I always try to start with painting the side parts, because when I'm done with that, don't have to mention anymore that there is still wet paint on the side parts. So just like this, and then I'll be painting the flat surface on top, because now I can still easily move around and see, are there any spots that need to be painted a little bit more. But I think it looks pretty good, and because I used the power saw and the file afterwards, I don't think there are really deep parts that still need paint. So there we go. Now the top section, always paint in the direction of the wood, of course. And now I'm going down, so not like that, but you can go up and down like this. Which part did I forget? The one on the bottom. Carefully, don't let it fall down. Okay, that was pretty dumb. You see, not everything goes perfect. Try to lay it against the lid. Almost there. And this paint dries super quickly. There we go. Because it's still warm here. I wouldn't say there is a heat wave going on, but it is pretty warm for this time of the year in our country. Okay, last part here, and then we'll leave it to dry. I think this is just dry within 10 minutes. And I think I'm going to apply another layer then, because I see that not everything is as much covered as I wanted it to be. Here, for example, and in there. Okay, let's see how it dries up. You can always add an extra layer if you want to. While the paint is drying, I think I'm going to do something else. Glue blocks. And where are these for? To cover up the face and the body of the mummy. So do the same trick again. Let it dry for about 5 minutes before you apply it together. So, and here this one. And the other two. Now what I meant in the beginning about putting the two glue parts together for more solid base, I meant this. Now you have the glue evenly spread across where it needs to be. Okay, last one. Oh, this one is already pretty good. Nice. Okay, I'm going to apply it together in several minutes, which is about now. So just put them together and leave them to dry. Actually, I should have done this much more earlier in the whole DIY process, but I forgot to. Why can't this just lay down? Yeah. And the last one. Okay, there we are and good to go. Let it dry. And then we're going to paint this again. And hopefully then it's already dry enough to apply it on top, but I don't think so. So just leave it there to be. Okay, it's quite some time later, and I also painted these white because, yeah, they were ready to. Now I'm going to add 2 of the smallest ones upon the head and 2 of the larger ones upon the body itself. Therefore, we have the wood glue again. Doesn't have to be that much glue upon it, because there won't be a big tension upon these figurines. At least not on these ones. Okay. Now let's see, where do we want to place these? Maybe here. Now need to find one for the other one. Well, how about here? Something like this. Now for the body here, and I think here. Now this thing looks pretty much, a little bit too much. Maybe I'm going to saw these off. Don't know that yet. First, we need this to dry, so I'm going to turn it over. I'm going to find myself also a heavy object that I will put upon here so that I know it will be glued down right. I'm going to let this dry for a while, and then yeah, we'll see how it continues. Okay, now everything is dry. The loose blocks are applied as well. Now it's time to start making the face of the mummy, and I will do that right here. But before I start, I have a marker and I want to make eyes. What is the best thing that I can do? I think I just start here, drawing an eye. Just a round shape. And here as well. Now we have 2 eyes, and also the pupils of the eye. I'm just filling that in with the marker. Oh, this is a hard one. You're wondering why I do it like this. Because I can't paint very neat. Here are the eyes. And now I just can or fill it in completely with the marker, or just start painting away. Both is okay. Do whatever you prefer. Personally, I like to use the paint. Here's the blackboard paint, and I have a really small and yeah, flat brush. Just shake this a little bit. This is a can, by the way, also from Action, and it costs €5. It's really thick paint, as you can see. Just gave it a good shake, and now everything is upon the lid. Okay, well, enough paint in the lid, to be honest. Good, and now we start here on the side with a flat line just against the blocks that are standing up, or laying up actually. I don't want to paint the sides, so I'm brushing away from this side here. And hopefully then I don't get as much paint on the side parts, which is pretty hard because this stuff is thick, as I mentioned. Now steady, keep going. Now it isn't a big deal if you make a mistake around the eyes, because we have a really thick line thanks to the liner of the permanent marker. Here's some more. I'm just going to continue painting the face. Like so. That is it, actually. You can do it as well, but I used the tip from the permanent marker that I once got from another channel or from Janny. I can't remember it completely. Okay, sorry, something went wrong. It was a tip that I got or from another channel or from Janny. I can't remember. That's what I wanted to say. I'm just going to keep painting on steady. Just this way. And that's why I love the flat brush, because you can paint a really steady, straight line with this just in an easy way. Even me with my shaky hands. I'm going to continue like this. You see? I'll show you when it's finished. It doesn't need that much of a drying time. I think half an hour is enough. Hey, the face is done, as you can see. Super cute and also neat eyes. And I'm not really happy with how these stick out, so I'm going to get my figure saw, because I'm afraid that I want to use the power saw. Things will break apart. So because it's now a double layer. With a single layer, I thought that's a good idea. But with a double layer of blocks, I don't know that. So I'm going to cut off the roughest edges, and then I'll be back, because I also need to paint the tips, because once you sawed it, the paint is gone on that part. So I'll be back with a more neat figure of the mummy. Here, you see? This is what I meant. Now we have a much neater mummy. Still got to do the side parts. I'm just going to do that with a small brush and of course the paint. And like this, you can just repair slight parts without seeing that you just saw that. Okay, drying time. Now we're ready for some beeswax, but that is the next step. Okay, beeswax time. Here's beeswax. Jenny and I buy that from the drugstore, and I have an old worn brush, which I use for beeswax, and the lid of the beeswax jar. Now, applying beeswax is pretty easy, but first I admit I was scared to do it because I didn't know how it turned out. That's why I used the lid. Some people use a towel or a heaper, something like that, to wipe off their brush. Now you have a certain amount of beeswax upon your brush, and where I'd like to start is here on the edges. Just brushing in slightly. Don't press hard, just light. And that's how I apply actually almost every time upon the edge of the DIY. Oops, well, that was a little bit more than just the edge, because I pushed pretty hard in there. Now the other sides as well. Don't hit the eyes. The only disadvantage of beeswax is that it needs quite a long drying time. Oops. Well, that is just distressing. That is what might happen. Carefully brush that off. Now I'm going to repair that by just making some more big brush parts against the wood. lightly hitting it with the tip of the brush. And I'm brushing out the beeswax that is already upon the DIY. Don't do it like that, because then you're beeswaxing on the wrong, in the wrong direction compared to, don't forget the size, compared to the wood. Just dab and then slightly brush it out. Yeah, well this, sorry, this part is a little bit harder. Just randomly start doing this always afterwards, because now I get rid of most of the beeswax upon my brush. Which is perfect, because that is how it works. And by just doing this, really everyone can distress. Doesn't have to be hard, just do it your way. And you can always add some more, just like that. Go also to do the back part of the mummy, but this was the part that I wanted to show you. So now I'm continuing on the flat side of the bottom layer of the blocks. I think we're there for today. Just closing the cap, and I have a bag, just a plastic bag full of beeswax brushes that I always keep together with the beeswax jar. Now I'm going to let this dry, and beeswax needs quite a long drying time, so at least an hour I think, but I'm going to lay it outdoors in the sun. Hopefully then it will dry quicker, because it's pretty warm outside today. So just a tip, of course it doesn't work in the winter when it's raining. However, if you have nice weather in the winter, it might help. Don't know. That's something that I good advise you. Just if you have some DIYs like paint, glue, or this beeswax or stain or anything, leave it to dry in the sun. It goes quicker. In the meantime, while we wait until the beeswax is dry, I'm going to glue these three together and these three as well. These are suitable to help the mummy stand straight, because we place it in between here. Now, you all know the drill with the wood glue by now, I think. So I'm just going to glue these joints here, be centered, and then let it dry. Okay, the mummy is dry, and I'll heat up the glue gun, because I want to make this thing, well, I just want to add some letters. That's what I wanted to say. I have here spooky from wooden letters. Oh, this is a Q. Okay, I'm going to change it for an O. Spooky. You can do it here, 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 wherever you like. Not in between here. That's not big enough. And I thought, oh, funny, just place them in between here, but that ain't gonna work, because it's going to be wider and wider and wider. So I'm going to change my Q for an O, and then with the hot glue gun we're going to apply these letters. These letters, by the way, come from a big box that was available at the Action. I have no idea how much we paid for it, because I can't get it for quite a long time, only numbers. And yeah, so I don't know the original price of this anymore. I'm sorry. But we're going to have fun with it. Okay, applying letters. I have a big dripper here. I like to start in the center, because then I can align the rest of the letters much better. So I'll start with the O's, because now I know how wide they can be, where they need to be placed. When I would be starting with the S or the I, then I think I will end up ruining my whole craft. Now just apply some hot glue on the parts where the letters touch the wood, so not everywhere. Don't use too much, because you're going to see that if the glue will flow underneath of the letters, and that will be such a shame. Be careful with the hot glue, because when you don't want to burn your fingers, but you also can't align the letter anymore once you put it upon the wood. So you gotta work quick. That's what I wanted to say. If you don't want to work that quick, I suggest using Mod Podge or a similar kind of glue. That is also perfect. Well, here they are. Spooky. Now I hope that the standard is almost dry, because then we can continue with that. And I believe that will be there. Here we have the standards, which I would like to treat with black paint. Now they're going to be like this, but you can also put them on like this. Just whatever you think looks cool. But because the thing is kind of heavy, the wooden mummy, I think this, putting them down like this and the mummy in between is better. Now first, I'll always do the sides. Not everything on one side, because that will be in the center and you're not going to see it. So that's why I'll leave one part unpainted. There. Always one brush to finish it off. Now only small parts of here. This is more than enough, I think. Okay, lay it down, and then we can start painting the top section, just like so. Easy as that. I repeat the other steps on the other one as well. Okay, both of the standards are done, and now it's time to start applying them. Therefore, I just will add glue here all over the place. And then you gotta be really quick, because you don't want it to dry that much. And just press the whole thing together really hard. And now it can already stand by itself, but since I like to also do 3 blocks at the back, we're going to do that as well. Oops. There. Now place them in the back. Make sure that they're outlined evenly, so that not the one on the front, you know, starts here and the other one starts completely there. So you have one line here. And I think it's already dry. Yep, it is. Thanks to the glue gun, which dries really quickly. Now let me remove the mat, because now you can see what it looks. And you know, it's really solid thing that you can place anywhere in your interior, but also outdoors. Up to you. I think it's a really cute mummy. And here you see the final result of the mummy in the fall Halloween decor. Let us know what you think about this creation. You're going to see a close-up of the eyes, the letters, and the standard and the bottom. Hope you had fun watching. At least we had fun creating this. That was it for today. We hope you had fun. Let us know in the comment section what you think about today's video. And we hope to see you again next time. Take care. Bye everyone.